thank and commend your global leadership in having this European Union approve the fast-track ratification process. I'm extremely honored to be able to witness this historic moment. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, again, I'm very pleased to be in Strasbourg once again. The European Union Parliament today has supported the speedy ratification of the Paris Agreement. Today's action enables the European Union and EU member states to deposit their ratification instrument as soon as possible. As you know, there are two requirements for this Paris Agreement to enter into force. That is 55 parties to the agreement and 55% of greenhouse gas emissions accounted for. As of today, we have countries representing 52% of global emission. With the action taken by the EU Parliament, I'm confident that we will be able to cross 55% of threshold very soon, in just a matter of few days. We have seen extraordinary momentum from all corners of the globe to bring this Paris Agreement to life this year. The agreement is backed by the support of the world's most powerful economies and its most vulnerable countries. By their actions today here, European parliamentarians have underscored their commitment to international cooperation, which is at the heart of European Union's identity. They have reaffirmed the support for urgent action to meet the climate change and to turn it into an opportunity for building safer, healthier, and more prosperous societies. I thank the European Union again, President Martin Schulz, for their leadership and for their support, and look forward to the Paris Agreement entering into force as soon as possible, within just a few days' time. And I thank very much.
La parole va maintenant à Madame Royal.
Mrs. Royal, Environment Minister and President of COP21, will now take the floor. President, Secretary General, President of the Commission, President of the Council, I think this is a great
reporter. Congratulations. And my question is, some sectors will be concerned about the impact of this agreement, and especially those sectors that use very high amounts of energy. What would you say to reassure those sectors that they will be able to adapt to these future commitments? And also, this agreement requires the leveraging of a lot of private money to deliver on the investment that you require. So I'm wondering, are you confident that you've got the instruments in place that can leverage this sort of private investment? Thank you.
In a short term, there may be certainly some sectors who may be affected. But when we look for mid and longer term prospect, this is good for low carbon economy. And a few years ago, 2011, I launched a Sustainable Energy for All initiative. This is receiving widest possible support from international community. I know the concerns of these oil-producing countries, and there should be much more wise investment now to transform these high energy consuming industries. Should try to transform the industries into low carbon economy through this sustainable energy. And that's why the Sustainable Development Goals takes the particular goals, sustainable energy. This will complement our common efforts to address climate change. Therefore, let's have mid and longer term perspective rather than short term initiative. So wise investment for sustainable energy, sustainable development, that will help in addressing climate change phenomena. Thank you.
Commissioner Cañete.
Just three short answers. First of all, the European Union has shown that we can reduce emissions keeping economic growth. Since 1990, we reduced our emissions by 24%, and we grow by 50%. So reduction of emission is compatible with economic growth. Second, the European Commission has not only today ratified this agreement, but we already have all the implementing needed legislation in the Parliament. We have the emission trading system, which is the biggest carbon market of the world, on place, and we have the effort-sharing resolution to establish the different targets of the different member states. And we will come by December with a big package on renewables, to be leaders on renewables, #1 in renewables, as Mr. President Juncker wants to be, energy efficiency, and a new market design. So we have the ambition, we have the tools, and also we have the political will to support climate finance to developing countries. And I must say something. Just the iron disease of the Paris Agreement before we arrived to Paris needed investments in the world of $3.5 trillion. That's a big opportunity for the world to benefit, and the European industry, who has leader in patents in clean technologies, has a very good opportunity to create growth and jobs. Green economy is not an economy of unemployment. It's an economy for creating growth and jobs.
Let me just add to your questions, this leveraging private funding. As you know, as a result of, as an outcome of this agreement, we have already established the Green Climate Fund, and the leaders have agreed to mobilize $100 billion by 2020. This has to be mobilized as soon as possible. In addition to this official money to help developing countries mitigate and adapt the climate change phenomenon, you can expect that there's trillions of dollars which are available by private companies. I have been meeting and encouraging private companies to use their money wisely to this low-carbon economy. I have been meeting even big insurance companies and pension funders who manage trillions of dollars on this. They are very much conscious, they are very much committed. I'm very much encouraged that all, in addition to public funds, private funds will be mobilized. This is the way we can assure that we are moving toward the low-carbon economy and sustainable economy, addressing this climate change.